19. So first thing that we need to do is to appoint a temporary chair. And then the temporary chair will go through the election of officers until a chairperson is elected. And then that chairperson will then take over and finish elections and then go through the agenda. So
I heard Sarah did a great job last month, so I'll go ahead and nominate Sarah Litwiler.
okay, for a temporary chairperson.
I second.
Okay. Any other? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign? All right. Hey, Sarah. So election of officers.
Okay. Do we have any
Any nominations?
nominations for chairperson?
So were you just vice chair?
I was vice chair.
All right, well, I nominate Sarah Katie for chair.
Second.
I don't know, who else is here?
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for Sarah as chair.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations? Okay, so Sarah, Katie will, or I guess we need to vote.
Vote.
Yeah. Any opposed? Or I'm sorry.
Are you opposing?
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Okay.
Yep.
So now I
Now,
take the, okay.
Gavel.
We'll now open the floor for nominations for the vice chair.
Yeah, I'll throw Sarah Litwiler's name in that one too.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second? All right.
I'm not gonna like
Any
that.
other
Bring it over
nominations
here.
for vice chair? All those in favor for Sarah Litwiler for vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Got Sarah squared, chair, vice chair.
congratulations.
Okay, very easy.
Oh. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the May 16th, 2019 minutes?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion for the May 16th, 2019 commission meeting. We now open the public forum for update on the Healthy Life Center. So this could be any other items. And cards. My first card is from Lori Biederman. Biederman.
I'll go by either.
Please state your name and address.
Sure. My name is Lori Biederman. I live at 1239 Orchard Drive, and I'm a board member of the Friends of Brookside Park. So just before I get into the main part of my statement, I would just like to give you a little bit update on the Friends group. So we have a final MOU that's ready to go to Parks and Rec. We have a guiding document. We're just waiting for the 503C paperwork to come back from the lawyer so we can finalize our group. We've been working on fundraising and kind of starting to think about where we want to go with some funds that we are raising. But I'm here today as a representative of the Friends of Brookside Park, and we're concerned about the Audubon Trail that rings the north and west side of the forest in Brookside Park. Specifically, it's our understanding that Parks and Recreation Department plans on this fall using interns to rebuild the Audubon Trail. However, because the stream is down cutting so significantly, they're going to be moving the trail into the forest by an unknown amount. So we're concerned about the residing of this trail because it has not received community. Specifically invite people into an area, and we're really concerned about inviting people into a natural space when there hasn't been enough consideration for what people might want, the ecological damage it might produce, or the significant safety issues that follow along with it. How are you going to deal with holes on the trail or tree branches from above or whatever? Furthermore, Squaw Creek is slated to undergo a significant restoration this fall between 13th and 6th Street there in the park. And the last we have heard is that Public Works had not selected a contractor yet, although they may have gotten to selecting a contractor yet. They have not had any public meetings to discuss what they plan on doing. Since this restoration work may significantly alter the park, it only seems wise to delay putting in this Audubon Trail until after the work is finished. So we are requesting two things. First, that there's no further action on the Audubon Trail or any other trail in the wooded area until after, until after the restoration work is completed on Squaw Creek. So delay it a year just to see what how this whole restoration project is going to lay out. And second, we request that Ames Park and Rec consult with wildlife and recreation experts within and outside our group before any new trails are constructed, even those that are simply using wood chips. We feel like there's significant ecological and safety issues that need to be thought through before we invite users of the park into the woods. Now, we know they're in the woods, but a trail says, hey, it's okay, you can come on in, even if it's just a wood trail. And so we want to make sure that we have thought this through completely. We have strong support from community members on this action. This spring, we took a survey of people interested in Brookside Park. Links to this survey were distributed via email to people who expressed interest in our group. Our Facebook page, the Ames People Facebook page, and that got boosted several times, and through the Park and Rec's email newsletter. And people responded quite strongly that they're attracted to the park because of its natural environment, and there's a strong desire to preserve and improve the quality of habitat in the park. And I have copies if you wish, or I can email them to you of our final report. We want to make sure that the changes in the forest conform to what the people in the survey and in our group want to see in the forest. And I also wanted to speak for another quiet group of park users, of which I am not, but that's the birders. They're very quiet and shy. In the past couple of months, I've come to understand, that the forest in Brookside Park is a huge site for birders in Iowa, not just locally to Ames, but people from all over the state, all over the region come to Ames to go to Brookside Park to bird. And there have been numerous studies that say birders actually contribute a lot to local economies. So maybe not as much as a football game, but they're still a good contributor. So we really want to make sure that when we do anything in the forest, we're not hurting that activity that is, a lot of people do, but it's just not, they don't speak up. So it's hard to know how many there are. And all we're asking simply is to make, before any new changes in the forested area are implemented, that we wait until after this restoration activity is finished, and that people with expertise like wildlife biologists, trail building experts, and people in the community are consulted before moving the trail in the forested area. Thank you.
Thank you, Glory. Any discussion on that, or I don't know?
Can't take any action
Okay.
or discussion. If you want something that's to have staff bring back, to you,
Okay.
or you want to refer this to staff, you can do that during, comments. We don't have, that's not on the agenda,
Okay.
tonight.
Is this something that's on a upcoming agenda, or I don't know how imminent this project is. So
Yeah. So you could wait until the next,
okay.
to the next meeting, and you could direct staff to do something.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It is, sorry.
No, go ahead. I just don't know how far along on the Public Works agenda it is. So yeah.
Well, as far as I know, I've only heard things about it.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to get ahead of it
Yeah.
rather than they're loading,
Yeah.
doing it right now, because we have serious concerns about safety and the ecology. And we just want a little bit more discussion before.
Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you for your input. So, we have a second card from Tim Fensel. Please state your name and address.
Tim Fensel, 1425 Maxwell Avenue in Ames. And I just wanted to give an update. Literally got here 2 minutes before the meeting on the Ames Triathlon. Saw Keith in the hallway. Obviously, there was a vote in March to waive the no swim rule at the park. I just wanted to share an open progress report. Saw Dwayne today, gave him a small update. Thought it'd be appropriate to share with everybody. And so far, everything is going really well. Volunteer-wise, we've really brought into Friendship Arc Homes, youth groups. In fact, yesterday, leaving the name out, I got a text message as a video of a middle school student that's going to sing the national anthem as an audition of sorts. And it was really cute. It was really awesome. So we're really looking forward to that. PAC 184, Cub Scout, is going to present the colors at the event. Safety-wise, we've done everything that the staff has asked us to do with regard to regulations, boats, motorized, not motorized. The race director met with Joshua this week, covered some things. I've been to the park several times. The mowing looks great. The new renovations on the south end, which our run course uses, really widens that trail, makes it safer for the participants. Water temperature is still sort of to be determined, given the spring. There was still ice on the water when I was last here, but I think it'll be very swimmable with wetsuits. Donations-wise, in our online registration page, there was a line item at checkout for donations to the park. We had a goal of $500 as an additional fee to the registrants. And as of yesterday, we were at maybe $410. So our latest initiative is to look for a matching effort from donating partners. And then that donation will come from the race director directly to the park. And with the recent publicity of the Access Ada Hayden ADA compliant boat launch, what an awesome fit that really matches with our race. When I leave here, I go meet with the Tribune. I spoke with Keith about that. I've offered his name and Joshua's name for a quote supporting the event. We've emailed with the mayor. He's going to be there to speak in opening words. One of the council members is a participant. The feedback has just been really awesome. I thought it was appropriate to share. Now we need good weather, flat water, as I spoke with Dwayne. And some of the questions we've had, safety. In fact, I spoke to a small luncheon today. Somebody called me yesterday and said, hey, come talk about this. No matter, there's no way around it. You can have all the measures in the world. You can't prevent, to a certain degree, you can't prevent incidents. And we're very aware of that. County organizations, Story County, I don't want to call it the wrong thing, but the dive team, rescue team, Gilbert Fire is going to be out on the bike course. One of the participants who is actually part of an organization called My Team Triumph is going to be pulling somebody in a raft, pulling them behind their bicycle and then pushing them in the park. And he's already pointed out some problem areas. I believe it's in the city as far as operations wise on getting those fixed. Riding your bike through a big hole, as Sarah can attest, isn't fun regardless of the tire size. And so things like that, we've really, I think, been preemptive on getting those things fixed. So if there's time and you have questions, is it appropriate? I can field some, or we can just, table that. We'll be back. We'd like to be on the agenda. We'll get that rolling after the event to do a follow-up as well.
In the July meeting.
Yeah, probably July would be ideal, right after it.
Okay.
So if there's any questions, go ahead. And if not, we'll see you in a month or next Sunday, June 30.
I might be back. I don't know. I think I'll be out of town. But any questions for Tim or So thank you for the update. It was
Yeah,
great.
thanks for the time. Sorry, this was
Yep,
pretty
that's
last minute, but, and then Dwayne, new face to the panel. So thanks for serving. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. So, any other items for public forum? Okay, if not, I'll close the public forum. Next item on the agenda is a Healthy Life Center update from Keith, or,
Yeah, so just wanted to give you an update since our last meeting was in May. City Council, and I'm sure you were following or have followed this, so City Council did approve a bond referendum date of September 10th for the amount of $29 million. Total project cost of $49 million, so $20 million coming from 5.5 from philanthropy. Have $7 million from Mary Greeley, $3.5 million from Heartland Senior Services, $2 million from the county, and then $2 million from City of Ames through a bequest and some available funds. So $20 million. So the $29 million for the bond referendum on September 10th. So last week and this week we did kick off some public information sessions. We did 2 this week. We had 4 last week. We have another one on July 9th at 9 a.m. in City Auditorium. And then what we'll also do is add some sessions maybe towards the end of July, August, and probably even that first week of September, with it. So overall, the session so far, we've had anywhere from 30 to 50 people at each of the sessions, besides one that we had at the auditorium. There was only 5 people there, but still 5 people to come out and get the information. So a lot of good comments, a lot of people supporting it. There's some people that concerned, or some people that don't support it. And so we've had a number of different individuals with different viewpoints. So safety, when we were out at Sawyer, concern there from residents in that area was safety in traffic on Ontario. So what would that look like? We've had a couple of people, talk about, taxes, some questions about fees, and so on. But overall, they've been, really good. So that's why I just want to give you that update.
great.
So any questions?
I did see today on Facebook, there is a Healthy Life Center page. I just wanted to be clear that who's running that Facebook page, or who?
So it's the Friends group.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a Facebook page. So there's a Friends group. Thanks for bringing that up, Sarah. And they have a number of people. They've been meeting. They have yard signs now. Just heard that today. So people will probably start seeing yard signs up. And again, that's a separate group from the city function.
Any other questions for Keith on the Healthy Life Center? Okay. Next agenda item today is the Parks Tour. The public is welcome to drive separately and accompany us on the Parks Tour if they so choose. It is an open meeting, and otherwise our next meeting will be Thursday, July 18th, and we will adjourn in the van on the Parks Tour. So,
Yep.
right, thank you.
Very good. And where's the
It's out on the west side.
west side?